Throughout this course, we're going to be working with VS Code. For each broad subject in our course, there will be a corresponding Python notebook and sometimes even some additional files containing all the relevant information for the set of lectures related to this broad subject. You'll be able to download the relevant notebook under the first lecture of each broad subject. Now, Python can be used in two ways, either as a scripting language or as an interactive language. In the first case, we write a program in a file and then we execute the program. In the second case, we type Python code at the command prompt and the interpreter immediately executes it and displays the result. The interactive mode is good for experimenting with the language. For instance, if we want to try out a new feature or to inspect the behavior of a specific function. The script mode, on the other hand, is good for developing larger programs or for running a program unattended. In Python, we have two file types. We have scripts and Python notebooks. Scripts are text files that contain Python code. They're usually files with a .py extension. For example, you can create a file named hello.py with the following contents. To run this script, you can either open it in VS Code and simply press the Run button, or you can open the terminal or command line, navigate to the directory where the script is located, and type Python followed by the name of the script. Python notebooks, on the other hand, use the extension .ipynb. Python notebooks are made up of cells, and we have two types of cells. We have code cells, where we can write and execute our code, and we have markdown cells, where we can write text explaining what we're doing in this notebook, or writing instructions, for example. We can run our Python notebooks in Visual Studio Code, or programs like Jupyter Notebook, Google Colab, or Interact, all of which I've provided links for in our Python notebook. In this course, we're going to use notebooks so that you can get your hands dirty and code as you learn. To run code in our notebooks, we can run it cell by cell by pressing the play button next to the cell we want to execute. The first time we run code in a notebook, a pop-up will appear asking us to select the kernel to use to execute this code. The first time you select the kernel, it may ask you to run an installation for Jupyter Notebook. Go ahead and approve it so that later you can execute code in your notebook. Now, when you run the code, the output will appear right underneath the cell in which it was executed.